So is Creed gonna be on Paramount Plus?
I don't know.
I think that they just famously have done some Super Bowl commercials.
Who was that dude?
I have no idea. It looked like a Vin Diesel wannabe or something. I thought it was the lead singer, but I don't know who that is.
It's like somebody like a dude just crashed the halftime show.
He won.
So, I have to tell you, Super Bowl Sunday. So everybody's either moving out the way or not doing anything at all. You know, everybody's scared of the Super Bowl. But we ain't scared of the Super Bowl. we just being nice.
We're just being nice.
We just being polite.
Shit in that ball.
We just being polite and just not trying to take time away.
Sure.
From our dear American players out there. So what we kindly do is we start the show early, and it's kind of become a tradition on Super Bowl Sundays just to sit back and kind of watch all the commercials that have come out so far. Not all of them, you know, especially when you get to trailers. Those are not out yet at all. They save the big stuff for when the show or the game is actually in play. $7 million.
That's how much it costs to get a commercial on the Super Bowl?
I think for 30 seconds. $7 million for 30 seconds is what it costs to get a commercial up. But apparently, it's worth it. And you can tell because $7 million is just for the airtime. And that's not including the millions that they've spent on the commercials itself,
right.
Which these commercials, they're becoming like movies now. Mm-hmm. You know, they got $100 million budgets.
I mean, they're big events.
Yeah, no, they are events, right? You are correct, Martin. They're very much events right now,
and they come with their critical reviews too.
Like today. Now we're gonna sit back and watch. I don't know it's gonna be long. It's gonna be about over 20 of these trailers that we're gonna watch. Not trailers, I'm sorry, commercials. About over 20 of these commercials we're gonna watch, and just talk about which ones are our favorites, which ones are not. Now, one thing I want to keep in mind here is that we're not all going to agree,
of course,
on which commercials are good or which commercials are not. I'm only saying that because Martin sent me a text today. Man, this guy's full of shit. The only good ones on here. This one, the number.
Well, I wouldn't so much these are only good ones. But when I would read like why he ranks some of them, it'd be like, well, it's got Deshaun Watkins, so of course it's gonna be up there. I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay.
That is not a good justification.
So as you can see, this is going to be very intense right here.
Yeah.
This conversation.
I don't know about intense.
It's gonna get intense. Even ones that I like, there are things about it I hate. I still kind of.
So what I like to do is, you know, I don't really go in and search too hard for the commercials because by the time Sunday rolls around, the commercials are already up. There's a website that has all of them listed, most of them listed, and they do a pretty good job at it. And an article that I found here, where I think they did a great job at finding all the commercials and giving their opinions about them. The site is The Athletic. So they got all these commercials right here, already listed, already available. So I just went through there and saw which ones were my favorites and which ones I wasn't too crazy about. And I sent the list to these guys too. So we're just going to go down the list. I didn't really categorize them or anything like that. Didn't really have time. I'm just going to take the list as you see it right here. So the first one on the list, now they said that these are the funniest ones. You know, not the most heart-moving or anything like that. These are the heartwarming or whatever. These are the funniest commercials right here. Do we agree? Well, let's go ahead and start out with the first one that they have listed right here. So the first one they have is for Paramount Plus. And they've had, I believe, a commercial for the last 3 Super Bowls or so.
Yes, they have.
So, and nothing has really changed that much. You know, the whole thing is to bring out characters and stars from their TV shows and movies and have them interact in some kind of funny way. And we've been kind of lukewarm about the ones that we've seen before. This one, though, they brought in some familiar faces and they brought in some new people.
I mean, I can't get that thing up there. If it were a football, I'd be able to reach the top.
Now with emotion.
Cut. Back to one.
If I had a football, I'd be able to reach the top.
You know what? As athletes, actors go, this one wasn't bad.
I know. I'm just being an asshole. No, it's fine.
There is work.
We throw the trial. And Creed's here.
Watch and learn.
That kid feels so molested right now. Look, that's Hey Arnold, who's right now saying, "Hey, get off my head." So I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna continue this, but just for the image alone of Patrick Stewart physically assaulting Arnold right now, had me laughing so hard.
I just threw him higher.
Patrick Stewart, Creed, and child abuse. I don't know. I like this commercial.
I like Knuckles.
Oh, really? I don't know. I like this commercial a lot.
I'm not saying I only like Knuckles.
Oh.
I'm saying in addition to everything else.
Throw him.
Yes. Yeah, Knuckles chiming in crack me up.
By the way, that Knuckles trailer is very funny.
Yeah.
So Knuckles is becoming a favorite of mine. I say he was like Loki. He was a villain who's becoming a hero now because everybody likes him. Somebody else said he's like Drax.
Oh, yeah.
Or he's like got that deadpan humor, taking everything too seriously. But man, I don't know. I like this commercial because like out of all the others, I think this one was the most clever way they threw together their stars and characters from the different shows.
Third time's a charm because they've always come across as very Ready Player One, Space Jam 2. But this one, okay, you actually got a story and characters interacting with each other.
And just lines like "throw the child."
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, anything he says is going to be hilarious.
And him just physically assaulting a kid, man. I don't care if it's a cartoon kid or not. I mean, it's them just kind of pushing that angle. I was like, yeah, this is funny, man.
It's lucky that Arnold has such range on his mouth. Otherwise, his fingers would go right in his mouth.
Sure would.
So is Creed going to be on Paramount Plus?
I don't know.
I think that they just famously have done some Super Bowl commercials. Like, have you ever seen that where the guy has like a sheet tied and he's like running like through, and they did
Creed did a Super Bowl halftime show?
You should look that up.
Wow.
That is a crazy thing. Guys swinging around like a Cirque du Soleil performance.
Who was that dude?
I have no idea. It looked like a Vin Diesel wannabe or something. I thought it was the lead singer, but I don't know who that is.
It's like somebody a dude just crashed the halftime show.
He won.
He's like, get this shit off. It's wrapped up, all tangled up in the sheets.
I was asleep, and then this wind blew in, and now here I am.
I love this dude just came out of nowhere. This wasn't planned. That's probably his cousin or something. Hey man, you still do that sheet thing?
I got you again.
Yeah,
We
come
put
on.
you on.
Yeah, come play the halftime show, man. Hey, you still got them bed sheets? Come on out, man. All right. In honor of Julian right here.
I have no comment to make about this.
Yeah, this is his arch nemesis over
I
here.
know. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And, that time him and Arnold Schwarzenegger were roommates, and they got into it. Yeah, man, y'all never knew that about Julian, man. He used to live with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Some people say I'm a big Hollywood guy.
Yeah, and they were arguing over like peanut butter or something.
Barbecue sauce.
Yeah,
barbecue sauce.
Barbecue
Yeah,
sauce.
that's
yeah.
serious.
Yeah. No. So Julian will probably not comment a whole lot because. True story. You used to live with Jake from State Farm.
I am not legally allowed to speak about anything, but what I can tell you is that I worked on multiple State Farm commercials, and I dressed Jake from State Farm's closet for the Met Gala's YouTube commercial, amongst other commercials in the year of 2020.
So which Super Bowl did they show that one at?
It's for the Met Gala. That's pretty good.
No, that's good. All right. Well, there you go, people. But Martin and I, we don't have any kind of personal feelings about this commercial right here. Well, maybe after we see it. I think Martin does.
I like this one.
Even though Martin's dressed like Jake from State Farm right now.
Hey, Super Bowl, I wanted to rep the red team.
There you go. There you go.
Like a good neighbor. State Farm is
Cut. Neighbor.
neighbor, just like it's written on the paper.
This lady's in
Julia's like that asshole. Always trying to tell people what to do. Let that man do his job.
Arnold's a star. How dare you? You goddamn newbie.
He did me like that when I was living with him. I was telling me what to do.
That was the sheep. And you know it.
That's a good line.
Yeah.
Script change.
okay, I don't need to see no sequel, but the commercial I loved.
Yeah, it's a great commercial.
It's no, it's why would you say it's a great commercial?
It uses Arnold well, and it makes fun of his accent, but we're all in on the joke, him included.
Yeah.
Each one of those little vignettes is funny, and it's well timed, especially throwing in that sheep joke. You don't see that coming at all.
No, this is a joke that could have gone on way too long. But somehow, some kind of way, they kept upping themselves.
Yeah.
with that joke, man.
It is a thing that I'm noticing in a lot of TV shows and movies I watch lately is they don't understand the principle of escalation. Like the next thing should top the last thing. So many things just tread water. Just like you start feeling like, yeah, I've seen this already. You got anything going, but this knew how to do it. Something else I thought was a good thing they did was so often they'll do this where they'll completely replace the person they have. I thought it was kind of cool that they included Jake in on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just let you know, like, hey, we haven't fired anybody. This is
Fuck
just
you,
for this
Mark.
one thing. Sorry, I know, but
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I like Arnold though.
Yeah. No, I'm glad that's true that they kept Jake in there too. Let him have a cameo in there because he is a spokesperson.
Yeah.
But no, it was listen. You hit it when you said it was just a great way to use Arnold Schwarzenegger. There was ever because here's what they do with a lot of these commercials. They bring these celebrities in just for their face.
Yes.
And just for their presence.
Yes.
And just for their name. And they don't know how to use them. They just have them there.
Yes.
There was a reason for using Arnold right here, man.
yeah.
Which brings us to our next commercial, which is also, again, nostalgia. And this is one where it does feel like they just have the celebrity there, and they forced the joke around their name. But, I mean, it still could be funny, especially for this particular celebrity they have in here. People still like the guy, at least the people that know him these days. I don't know about Gen Z, but
Okay.
Does Gen Z still know T?
I'm just saying people often misspell Skechers and put a T in it.
Quit saying. Start sniffing.
Quit saying! I thought he was about to beat the shit out of him.
I know. I like how they committed to making that really cheap. So it made like little like things in the background look funny. Like the fishing thing, the fisherman in the background going, yeah, that made me laugh.
It was so fake. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, they had listen. It's things like that actually make the commercial because a lot of these commercials they want to be slick as possible, and they try to go to make this look as cheap as possible. It looked like a Tim and Eric sketch or something.
Yeah.
What made me laugh the most though, because I like Mr. T, but I think it's still funny that Mr. T is still dressing like a toddler right now.
Yeah, those overalls.
The overall in that red shirt, looking like Wreck-It Ralph or something.
It's his A-Team get up.
Yeah, no, it is. Again, going back on nostalgia, they even had the van in there.
But you know what? Yeah, it was. I mean, Mr. T looks good considering his age and how he survived cancer and all.
Sure.
I was like, he looks great. He's putting in the performance. It reminded me of good old Mr. T, but it's funny and. It hammers home the whole there's no T in Skechers.
Yeah,
While we're watching Mr. T, he says it over and over and reminds you like, oh yeah, he got these shoes, but you don't have to bend down to tie them up. I actually been planning to get a pair of those.
They actually tell you about the product over and over again and tell you why that particular product works.
It's also funny, like at the end where he's actually yelling directly at Tony Romo, and Tony Romo's kind of laughing, like, "Man, I ain't beating nothing but that."
It's like I'm a big fan.
You know, it's just commercial, right? Stop saying it!
The fool bends down to put on that shoe.
It just all looks so fake.
Like,
and it's consistent.
They're not in the same place. That's that's a different green screen stage that he filmed that on.
Plus, I pity the fool that bends down to put on his shoes.
You mean like normal people do? How do you think about that?
T and D Skechers slip in. I pity the fool who bends down to put on that shoe.
They kind of look like the Kanye West shoes.
Yeah, those Yeezys.
Yeah.
I pity the fool who ties his shoes. With the commercials that we've seen so far, man, they're winners for me, as far as I'm concerned. I've had a lot of fun with them. They've told you what they're selling. They've made good use of the celebrity appearances in there. And except for maybe the State Farm, they're all kind of short too.
Yeah.
So they again they get to the point.
That Paramount commercial was long.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, it was. No, you're right. All right. Skechers though was short. Because they had to get it out. Had to get him out of there before he beat Tony Romo's ass. No, you don't understand. He keeps saying it.
I know. Wait, hold on.
Now this is a weird one to me. It's a couple of weird ones, and the two that I'm about to talk about, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to let them play because one of them is really short. I think both of them are kind of, no, actually they're not. One's kind of long. One is actually short though, but they have one thing in common. That's kind of baffling to me. Maybe not baffling, but it's just kind of weird that they went this direction with it. First commercial is a candy commercial. It's for nerds.
The union of fruity sweet gummy and tangy crunchy.
I will say this: great use of imagery, though. I mean, because they're using they're using their product mascots well.
Yeah.
You know, the nerds and this gummy candy right here, and listen, it's you see it being sprinkled all over the gummy, which ends up being the actual candy. It's a gummy cluster. So, I think they use the imagery well.
The texture on the animation there of those little nerds, that really, I would watch a show of that. Like, they look really cool.
Hey, man, you might be getting one now.
But
I'm surprised they haven't done that yet.
Yeah, they're pretty iconic.
Actually,
looking.
no, that's actually pretty good. So here's the other commercial. Again, it's a completely different commercial. This is for T-Mobile.
Home internet from T-Mobile to fulfill my life.
Well, you can hear that voice change.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear that switch?
When an auto tune comes in at the back.
That was like 6 people doing
Yeah,
one scene.
yeah, y'all, you could hear where the voice switched.
Yeah, what's up?
The thing with those two commercials that I'm wondering about is, like, is this just random or is Flashdance coming back? Those two things use music from Flashdance.
Right.
So, and what's really making me wonder about this is that Flashdance is an old movie, and I don't know how. I mean, it's for some people it's a classic, but I don't know how many younger people remember this movie.
It's on a helmet.
In a man's world.
And she was in the commercial. She was at the end of the T-Mobile commercial. So Zach Braff and Donald Faison, they've been the spokesman for T-Mobile for a while, and it's always fun to watch Jason Momoa have a good time. But that was just weird for me. For both those commercials, it just seemed random. I mean, the Nerds candy, it's straightforward. It does its job. Not that I'm gonna be like, oh, I love it, but it does its job. It looks great, like you said.
Yeah, it was cute.
T-Mobile, I'm like, okay, we hit a bump right there.
Yeah.
I would say that one was lazy.
Yeah. I'm curious about what you guys would think about this one. And Martin, I got to put it out there. People they would be mad if I didn't seize the opportunity. Especially this being a Popeyes commercial. You would be the expert here for this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I am curious about what you both think about this because I can see people having way different opinions about this commercial.
Crispy. Juicy. What else have we done?
I mean, man.
Shit. You don't even know.
2 dogs in one? Chicken from Popeye.
Okay. I'm going to tell you. I like Kim Jong. I like him, but I'll be lying to you if I didn't tell you that he annoyed the shit out of me in this commercial.
Yeah, well, he always annoys you. You say you like him, but every time he's in a commercial, he annoys you.
I do like the guy, though. I do. He made me laugh in so many movies.
Yeah, right. Well, I liked him at first, and I liked the premise and where it started. And I cracked up out loud with him being scared of the Roomba, going, ah! But, I feel like this commercial is too much for too little. Like you get the point across, like 2 of those things, the scared of the Roomba and a self-driving car, but they keep going back around and around, and by the end it's like it didn't nothing for him to do but act silly. Yeah. By the end I was annoyed by it.
There's something about Super Bowl commercials that for all of them, whenever they start, it's like, all right, I already don't like this, but usually they can win me over. This one, it's like, Popeyes, fish out of water, huh? Huh?
Yeah. No, it's
okay. But the chicken's good.
I think I wouldn't have been annoyed if they had just pushed this a little bit more. Because they give you 3 things that he's scared of, and it's like, man, you could have had. There was so much more you could have done.
Yeah.
I'll say that my favorite Popeyes marketing is still Little Nicky. Popeyes is the shiznit.
Well, I love Popeyes. I don't know if I can go there. I mean, I feel like the chicken sells itself, to be honest.
And we go with that well. I'll tell you when somebody says well, they ain't just took it down to well. You had the expression and everything. Well, it was a nice run.
Gotta hit the brakes every once in a while. You know, catch our breath.
Yeah. Hit the brakes and let me put my seatbelt on before I go through the fucking windshield.
Hey, do not attempt. Okay?
There you go.
It's the shiznit. Well,
They have a lot of funny jokes about how he eats Popeyes in that movie. I stand by it.
They got a lot of funny. That movie is all about him eating Popeyes. That's not even any jokes. It's just him eating Popeyes.
You gotta chew it.
yeah, we've seen the movie. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we lived.
Not even a Popeyes commercial.
Yeah. Bringing out at the end of the movie, they brought demons are rolling out a big ass bucket of Popeyes.
Yeah, it's a Here I Am, rock you like a hurricane.
His man stopped the show talking about, man, that reminds me of the funniest joke in Little Nicky. It's the shiznit. Well, Corey, you want to take this?
Hey, wise words.
Oh, slam the bracelet thing over here. That was Martin Luther. Huh? All right. Oh, where were we? Oh, let's get back in the car.
Popeyes.
The shiznit.
No. Man. Okay, what do you think about this commercial? They've been a staple of the Super Bowl. Not just Super Bowl, but also holidays, Thanksgiving, especially Christmas. These characters have been here for every major event that's happened throughout the year. And usually, I mean, they've lasted so long because they've made some good commercials. How you feel about this one?
That would bring comfort to almost champions. Coming soon to a Super Bowl near you.
Wow, that was something.
And that's Kate Simmons doing the voice of the yellow M&M. So that's the M&M commercial. Hey, listen, I will say this. They kept with the Super Bowl theme. They're making a Super Bowl ring out of peanut butter or something. You seem to enjoy it. I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm going to pass it on to you. I'm just going to say this real quick. This was another one of those commercials where, sure, they're keeping with the Super Bowl theme. They just brought in people because they could. Bruce Smith, Dan Marino, Terrell Owens, making cameos. I mean, the commercial didn't appeal to me too much. I don't think it's a bad commercial. It's just something where I don't think the idea was all that strong.
I thought it was a bad commercial.
Did you?
I think when somebody says, I don't understand this word convoluted, what do you mean by that? I would point them to that commercial.
Yes.
Because it goes so far out of the way of whatever it was supposed to be that even within the commercial, they're fast forwarding.
Yeah. They sure did. Even they don't want to hear that shit. Yeah, hurry up.
Graphite.
Yeah, that's going to catch people off guard. That's some Andy Kaufman shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, just when you think like, how much further does it have to go? Somebody in the commercial was like, get past this.
Yeah.
And it all comes down to like, you having a fondness for those three athletes and like, oh yeah, man, those guys always almost got a ring and never did. It's like, oh, that's what this was all about? Yeah, and how does M&M's figure into this? I like Popeye's chicken. Mm-hmm. I like M&M's. At the end of that Popeye's commercial, no matter how annoying it was, it did leave me going, I want some Popeyes right now.
Yeah.
This M&M's commercial left me going, yeah, okay, whatever. I don't even have M&M's on my brain.
What do I want?
Yeah. There's a way that they could have done this and keep it Super Bowl themed and emphasize peanut butter. Yeah. This shit is like, I don't know what y'all doing with this here. I'm sitting up here making a movie with a movie, and you had me laughing talking about it. Even they don't want to hear that shit. They just fast forward to the whole commercial. We were having such fun too, y'all.
That's all right. It'll come back around.
It'll come back around, y'all. It will. So here's a Frito-Lay commercial right here. Again, staying very much within the Super Bowl theme.
Trust me on this. Lay's taste like winning the Super Bowl, bruh. Nah.
All I do is win, win, win.
So did they put subtitles because you can't understand him? Did they? Yeah, they put subtitles at the bottom. I understood them, but
And they stay there.
So I thought that was a clever way to bring the Super Bowl into a commercial because, that all the confetti pops off and everything. So I thought this was fun where they had confetti pop out of bags saying this feels like, the Super Bowl when you eat one. And plus it was short.
It is short. I don't quite get the correlation of eating a potato chip feeling like winning the Super Bowl.
They just say it tastes that good that, I kind of get it. But I
like the weirdness of it, but I'm kind of tired of that song.
I'm just going to tell you right now, this is one that had me laughing the whole way through. And I could see if y'all looking at me and be like, what's so funny about that? But, because this is probably going to, again, humor. The humor in this is either going to be people like, this is something that's either going to be overplayed or maybe you'll see what I see in it when we watch this, and I tell you why I find it so funny. But this is a BMW commercial with a celebrity that everyone loves to impersonate.
It's the real deal.
Enjoy your coffee.
And only one ultimate driving machine. The rest are just imitations.
I can relate to that because every time I've been around so many people where when Christopher Walken's name is just merely brought,
and they all break into terrible.
Everybody does awful, horrible impersonations of Christopher Walken. That's what this reminded me of.
Yeah.
So I thought finally, and I know that people have acknowledged that before, but this really drives it home out. He's tired of this shit.
Yeah, no, I like that aspect of it, especially how understated his reactions were. I also thought the Taylor did a good impression of him. I kind of like that one. The Usher thing I thought was weak though.
The only reason why I laughed about Usher because I said now are they doing some kind of wannabe viral marketing right now because there's been articles out for the last couple of days saying where the hell is Usher? He's got
okay.
No, seriously, there's been some articles like he's got a Super Bowl ad to do or a Super Bowl show, and they're saying no one can find him.
Oh.
And these have been real articles, where the fuck is he?
So that's the whole don't you have a place to be?
Yeah. So I was like, all right, so that's well played if they were able to wait and pull this off here.
All right. Well, I rescind my remark about that.
I thought that one was okay. I liked the beginning. I was hoping that it was going to be more like that, where it was just Christopher Walken going, "Yeah, look at the interior," and like just going on about the car.
Yeah.
But it was okay.
That you know what, you actually bring up a good point because by the time it gets to the end, like the commercial's over, I had no idea what this was advertising.
Yeah. But I like that he commented. It's like, it's the best electric car in the market. It's like, all right, let me hear him list off these things. Because he's one of those people who can read the phone book and it's funny.
Yeah. I think you're right, man. Taylor did a pretty good job.
Oh yeah.
We both know it's the man who makes the clothes.
Because now looking at it, I thought it was actually him for a second. That's cracking me up how he's walking everywhere with it. Like he's humming and doing jazz to himself.
All these ads are using celebrities because they can afford to get them. And a lot of these celebrities are coming in and being self-deprecating and making fun of themselves and having a really great sense of humor, which is why I think this one I enjoyed. Now, it wasn't the funniest one to me, and it's not like a new idea, but they did bring in an actor who's kind of serious. And, of course, the more serious the actor, the funnier it is when they can actually make fun of themselves. And it's, plus I love people in mascot costumes.
Oh.
I found mascots funny. So seeing this guy come out and do the thing that he did, being a mascot, kind of gave me a chuckle.
Hear me roar!
Cut to a body double.
I feel like this was undercut by not actually having him in the suit.
Yeah.
This is what they came to see! Stok cold brew coffee.
So at least I remember to tell you what it was at the end, but that's why I said it was a chuckle and that's why I put emphasis on stunt double or body double because I was like, man, they should have him out in the field and have that helmet fall off or that head fall off one time and it's him or show him falling on the ground or something.
Yeah.
But he's like, you can only push this shit so far, all right? I'll sit in here and, look in this mirror and act a fool, but I ain't going out there and damn costume.
Exactly. He didn't even put on the rest of the costume.
No, he just
I put on this head. I'm going to take this hot shit off and then you work your magic.
Yeah, I think it would have been funny had we had him out there or seen him at least, a shot of him out there.
Yeah, or if it was any way convincing that it might be him in the rest of that.
Yeah, he's just jumping around too much. I'm like, there ain't no goddamn Anthony Hopkins out there. Yeah, he could barely stand in front of that mirror and move. Come on now. He ain't that bad, but
I like the beginning of the commercial a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm probably a little bit biased. I think that thing totally lost focus. It's like, okay, coffee. Okay, sure.
They had an opportunity to really work in the coffee and the caffeine angle of it, and they didn't do it.
Yeah.
They just got caught up in the joke. This, I think, is one of the most enlightened ideas out of all these that we're about to watch right here. I thought this was a really, I'm gonna use a word. And it's not a word that's often used without people thinking it's insulting, or it's or in a way it's talking down to someone. But I mean this in the best way. This commercial was cute, and the idea I thought was very clever, and I did get a laugh just almost by the premise alone with this. But this is for I guess it's for a streaming service. Which streaming service? If I have it correct, it is this one right here.
Thousands of TV shows and movies.
Cats 24/7 channel.
I love Ink Master.
Pluto TV just gets
Pluto TV is TV the way it's supposed to be.
Thought that was fun. And they're growing couch potatoes.
I love that.
I don't know how I missed putting that on my little short list of this is one of my favorite commercials.
This is not great, right?
Yeah, because I think it does a great one. It's a great concept. I love the actors. It really shows you what Pluto is about.
Yeah.
Because even I watching this was like, oh shit, I didn't realize Pluto had all this. I mean, I wouldn't watch a cat channel, but it's funny that they have it. But just all the different programming they have.
Yeah.
It also makes a statement about the American public, about just the sheer, it just revels in the laziness of us to just sit around watching TV.
Sitting on your fat ass eating potato chips and pretzels.
It kind of does it all.
I like this commercial because I think this commercial kind of hit on something that probably annoys a lot of people, and it's making fun of that.
What am I gonna make with this? Meow.
So this makes fun of a lot of things that I think annoys a lot of people. One being Pete Davidson. I love that they insinuate that Pete Davidson's fucking a cat.
Well, every other week there's some story about what celebrity he's fucking that.
And I think that's starting to annoy people. I think people going crazy just in general over viral videos. So, when these videos like, man, y'all seen it, like these stupid videos and like the, corporations are trying to cash in on it. So they'll be on Good Morning America or something. Cat videos in general where people just, in the article that this guy wrote, he hit it, man, because I was thinking the same thing. He said, there's so many cat videos out there where people are like, oh my God, my cat can talk. And the cat's like, they're doing what a cat does. They're saying meow. This whole thing of when trends happen, you got people who, and I just saw this, people fighting each other in grocery stores for the latest, greatest thing. So this commercial kind of is for people who are annoyed by all this shit.
I guess I'm those people because I laughed my ass off at this commercial.
I did too.
I'm sorry. I was like, I think this is my favorite commercial out of all these.
Man, the moment that cat said meow, I laughed so hard. No, I really like this commercial, man. I think this commercial is great.
Leftover chicken, scallions, cheese. What am I gonna make with this?
In that little paw. Yeah. No, I think it's a really clever commercial. That's what I meant by like this is for people annoyed by all these things. I meant that as a compliment.
Yeah.
No, that's this. And
they definitely mentioned the product.
And they nailed that mayonnaise. Shit, I don't even like mayonnaise. They made me kind of want some Hellmann's by the time it was done.
Yeah, I mean, even watching Kate McKinnon eat it out of the jar.
I know I'm not getting disgusted by that, man, but I was like,
she makes that look good.
If you think about it, mayo is savory pudding. It's a fucked up thing to think about.
Man, you were so right about that.
It's weird. It's the same ingredients.
I mean, look, it's oil and eggs and lemon and pepper. That's all it is.
Yep, that's true. That is true.
I wasn't crazy about this commercial. I'm a connoisseur of cat videos, and I've heard cats say many things and have many different meows. I didn't buy this meow. I don't care how silly I sound.
You sound pretty goddamn silly.
You sound real silly. I hope you don't care because you sound very silly.
No, I'm kind of kidding, but like it just, I don't know. I've seen this joke before. It didn't hit for me. Maybe if the meow of it saying mayo sounded more real to me, I would have liked it. But it sounded like someone going meow.
That's funny though. I know. I get it.
Wait. I can't tell. Are you serious right now?
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm I'm serious.
Oh, my, like, wait a minute, this is a joke?
Have you never seen some of these videos of cats out there making noises? They're really funny, and that didn't sound like a real cat noise to me.
Okay. No, like I said, these hit people different ways, man.
May know.
Okay. Well,
I was ready to move on.
I know that was on me. That was on me. Don't you say nothing about this cat. Don't you say nothing about this cat. Don't sit up and criticize this cat.
I didn't like his delivery.
Yeah, that cat, he's not a good actor. He needs more diction classes. I'm not feeling the O.
It just don't sound like a cat talking to me.
What am I gonna make with this?
Maybe if it looked more like a puppet, I would like it. Jesus. I don't know. It didn't work for me.
Maybe it was a puppet cat.
Maybe if it was more like monkey bone.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next one right here. I know. I had two chances to move on.
I was waiting.
Boy, you just let them go. Boy, you. Yeah, I know. Play with Julian, you get burned. I know. You gotta learn to shut that shit off. Like these commercials.
Like these commercials. End it. Some of them don't know when they end.
All right. That's on me. Twice.
When will you learn?
Never, apparently. All right. Listen, this next commercial right here, I don't know what to say about it, man. I think it's good enough. It's just forgettable to me.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with this at all. I think it's just something just not for me.
Maybe a different beer?
No, Michelob Ultra.
Okay.
What did he say? now where are the subtitles for this one?
I know. So that's what's it? Messi.
Yeah.
Messi, the greatest soccer player in the world right now. It's a Michelob Ultra commercial. Yeah, and his English is not his language, so. But just don't have him say anything. He just mumbled it.
Came in like a deaf person.
And you wonder, did they do multiple takes and this was the best one? Or they just like, hey man, he's the greatest soccer player in the world. Just whatever he says.
Whatever. People just looking at him. They don't care.
They don't care.
But maybe they had a script and they're like, actually, we don't even need to have any of these lines.
Yeah.
Right.
They said, that fool came and said,
I can wait a moment more.
Mr. Messi.
Superior light beer.
So it's gonna sell. I mean, the beer's all through there. They mention it, but it's just for me the reason why I think it's just fine because there's an everyday commercial. That's cool. There's a Super Bowl commercial. Like, all right, this is just a celebrity and cameo appearance commercial.
Well, there is a subset of Super Bowl commercials every year that are just look at the athlete we got, and we got them to say a couple of lines. They weren't good at it, but hey. Here's that athlete you love.
Yep.
And the commercials are usually unimpressive. You just kind of left flat, like, okay, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Let me see here. You know, they play these commercials. I don't know why this was even on this list of funniest commercials because it's not. But it is one of the best looking commercials. I'm not talking about with special effects and CG. I'm talking about like with cinematography. Budweiser always puts out these commercials with incredible cinematography.
Come on. All right. Let's do it the old school way.
You know, they're using what they got. Everybody knows those horses and that dog.
The Clydesdales, they've been pulling them out every year for something.
It's just what they do now. I think people be disappointed if they didn't see them, and then they always have the dogs in there. The dogs. So and
cheat codes.
Yeah,
throw in the dog. Everybody's gonna love you.
Yeah. So no, they're not even trying to make a joke. It's just a commercial that's using what Budweiser's known for, and it's just a good looking commercial. That's all.
Yeah. It looked like a season of Fargo.
I thought this commercial was again sort of a chuckle commercial. And I think it mostly it's for nostalgia. So I imagine that there are a lot of people gonna like this more than I did, but I do think that they did something at the end that was perfect.
Did someone doodle on my face?
I'm so glad I remembered Uber Eats has office supplies.
Fuck! I love that expression. It's a good commercial, y'all. I like it.
this.
Worked together for 10 years?
10 years?
Yeah, you were great.
You still don't know, do you?
I don't.
Right.
I thought this worked. This is an Uber Eats commercial. I thought this worked because I'm not even a Friends fan.
Yeah,
and I
but
thought
that's funny. And Also, they're good comedic actors.
No, they are. Everybody was good in this commercial, though.
Yeah. The line delivery, Jennifer Aniston's line delivery is great. But just even that first joke, like when she says that whole thing, like, well, to remember something, you got to forget something. I'm like going, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then the next thing with the dude, when he can't remember what a chair is.
Chair, like, what? Now, I caught something the second time around that really brought this home for me because when I was putting this together, I was watching this. I watched these on my phone.
Yeah,
and there was something that I didn't catch. I guess I was looking at something else, but I didn't catch that the guy had the peanut allergy.
I didn't catch that either because I was looking at it on my phone.
Yeah.
I was laughing at him going like, primary ingredient.
Yeah, I just now caught that. So no, it's a good commercial. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, they frequently mentioned the product and they got it out there, and it moved fast.
Yeah, exactly. We're about to wind things down here. So this, you guys might think this is a good commercial. I think it's adequate, but I think it's just I'll tell you what. I don't know if it's a problem. I'm not gonna say problem. I'm just gonna tell you why this commercial just doesn't really suit my taste.
Are you?
The Bud Light genie? Yeah. So we get wishes?
Filthy rich.
So filthy.
Post Malone.
Nothing wrong with the commercials. Actually,
I like that commercial a lot.
I tell you what, it's not that I don't
and it does
like
move
it.
quick.
No, it does. No, you're right. It's just it's for me. It's just we're showing off the money. That's Yeah, we got the effects and celebrities. It's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, I actually watching the second time around like it better. But it was just let me just say that there are commercials I like better than this.
Okay.
And it's not like I don't like this. It's just there's something about commercials where it's like we have an idea. What's the idea that we can use that will show off the money and celebrities that we can get more than like an actual clever idea? So, but they have some clever lines in there, like the whole "I'm a genie, I'm a Gemini."
I like that. And plus, I am a sucker for stories where people make wishes and they don't get exactly what they think they're going to. I love that with the guy saying like, "Man, I want to be at that fight." Okay, you're in the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was all right. I'm kind of split on like if you read, maybe I'm reading too deep into it, but it's like Bud Light, the dream maker. It's like, okay, that's, I don't know. It made me think kind of dark. It's like, I don't want to go into it.
I guess I got more of a, hey, if you're going to have a magical night out where you're getting to do all this stuff, Bud Light is the drink to have. It's the party drink.
I can see this going different places if they continue with this.
You're a goofy, middle-aged, clumsy white guy with no rhythm and you can't sing on key. You're not coordinated. This is me now.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm laughing at this because these donuts just making a fool out of this man. Ben Affleck, man, ever since he got with them donuts, he's been looking crazy. I'm laughing, but I don't know if I'm laughing for the right reason. Like, I don't know, man, I feel like I want these commercials to continue, but I feel like it'd be doing him dirty if they did that. I mean, he got paid a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that was pretty funny.
No, I'm laughing, but I feel like I'm not laughing with him.
Making fun of himself, really pumping up the Boston accent.
At Chaparro.
Just show how out of touch. Does music have to rhyme?
And it does kind of connect it to reality. Like now when I see him like having arguments with J-Lo, I'm gonna be like, man, this is why this Dunkin' Donuts commercial is like this.
Yeah. No, I laughed. Don't get me wrong, I laughed, but I'm like, man, I felt wrong for laughing away.
Hey, he made it.
I know.
He threw himself into it.
I know, but I mean, this man was directing amazing movies, and they get walking around a fucking donut around.
You can do both.
Yeah, you can.
He's the Flavor Flav of donut salesman.
Yeah, boy.
Man, I
CD.
No, I am laughing. I just I don't know if I should encourage this.
I want to see more.
I mean, for me, yeah, I do, but I just something don't feel right about this. Anyway, I don't know how I feel about this. I really don't. I like to hear what y'all think about it. I don't have any real opinion yet. I do, kinda.
The Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Kids party? Having a blast. Stuck in an elevator? Having a blast.
Baja Blast. In stores everywhere.
I too am having a blast.
I don't know. How you feel about that?
I don't know. I'm kind of back and forth on it. Like, I kind of like how it goes so many different places.
This, just to put it simply, it's trying too hard for me.
Yeah.
It feels like it's begging for me specifically to love it.
Yeah,
That's interesting. Yeah.
Because I don't know how I feel. Everybody around here is like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this.
Like Game of Thrones.
It's not bad. It's just, I tell you it again, it's one of those where it's like, hey, we're just going to end with the big money shot. Like, hey, we're just selling this just to show you how much money we have for this commercial. Not bad, but,
Yeah.
Now, here's one. And that was for Mountain Dew Blast.
Baja Blast.
Baja Blast. Having a blast. So that was good. That's a good, I think they used the catchphrase well.
Mm-hmm.
She's in all these situations getting beat down by kids and everything. She's like, hey, I'm still having a blast. So they use that cleverly. Here's a commercial I thought would have been clever if they, and I'm going to tell you right now, this is the one that I thought, out of all the commercials we saw, this is the one that went on way too long.
I know what you're talking about. I like this commercial, but it does go on too long.
If they had just stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, fuck you. That made me laugh. The dude brought the chips and then looked back at them. Hey, these are two old bros trying to buy some chips. I got the last one. I like the way they didn't even try to get them a superhero landing.
Yeah.
Threw the whole asses on the car. I want to see it again. Just dumped them on there. See, this commercial still, it's a 2-minute commercial, man.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Es dinamita.
Abuelas. Been looking everywhere for you.
Try us.
Did Robert Rodriguez direct this commercial?
I don't know.
I was thinking Matthew Vaughn.
No, it would be Robert Rodriguez because the whole Latin thing.
Oh yeah, I was just because of the way the camera shook and stuff like that when they were grabbing things.
I feel like if it was Rodriguez, I wouldn't have gotten any laughs out of it.
Oh,
But,
stop it, Martin Thomas. 2 minutes, man. That's too long for a commercial.
That's the thing. I watched this and I laughed and I liked it, but it is too long.
Yeah, of all the ones we've seen, that was one of the biggest productions. I recognize the set that they were using there. It's one of the generic sets that they have.
Oh,
at
really?
Universal. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I've been there. Ever since I've done background work, I'm always looking at that. I'm like, look at that shot. There's like 10 people walking around. Those people were waiting inside that building in folding chairs for 3 hours to do that.
It did look familiar. All that. I've seen that before. You know what's funny is the guy opens the bag and eats a chip and he goes, dynamite. I'm like, wait, you stole these broads chips? You don't even know what they taste like? That store was full of chips. You could have grabbed anything.
He heard they were good, man.
I think that they just had to. It's clear that they wanted to take part of the market that Takis have taken back from them.
Right.
Yeah. I thought this commercial was good, especially after coming out of a long commercial. This kind of wraps itself up at the right time for me.
Thanks, fellas.
It's just straight up appealing to rednecks.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, get your mullet wearing ass.
I know.
Get one of these Kawasaki's here, and listen. The joke was putting mullets on everything. The visual was funny. At the end, it brought it back to the actual vehicle.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought this was cute.
I do think that any self-respecting redneck is just going to get a truck. Probably a Ford and not one of these little souped up golf carts.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was the sickest golf cart commercial I've ever seen. Like that, I'm sold. That was one of my favorites. I loved it. Straightforward, quick, and the mullet joke was good.
Yeah, Steve
that
Austin's
turtle
in
with
this.
the mullet's gonna live in my head.
Yeah, that was fun. I thought that was just fun,
Mm-hmm.
and it was straightforward. All right, this is one for you.
There's one commercial that I haven't seen, but I'm like, every time you're introing it, I'm like, oh man, is it going to be that one?
Well, you mentioned that you like weird.
Yeah, but some weird is
too weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, when they start involving babies and stuff.
Well, let's see if this crosses over to too weird for you.
Is there a doctor on the plane?
I'm a doctor. The name's Umstick. Dr. Umstick.
Where did you all get them?
Just weird.
Yeah.
Hey, look, weird sells sometimes.
Well, I did like Eric Andre's initial reaction.
Yeah, it's a little doll with hair like the drumstick they're selling. They've done these kind of commercials before. They've sold, just use weird imagery or even a doll to try to sell something. So, it works for somebody out there, but you're the weird expert.
No, I think it got out at the right time. I wish that it would have gone just another step further with the weird, but it's all right. It's nothing special. I'll forget about it, but I don't hate this idea.
I was like, okay, let's see where we go with this. And it kind of really didn't. I mean, it made me want to eat drumsticks just because everybody was on the plane eating them.
Oh, hell yeah. But right now, they're just introducing the character. If they do more with it, I could see it becoming a thing.
Yeah, but it in itself is not such a, oh, wow. It was like, oh,
I was
All right.
expecting Eric Andre to turn into a drumstick because his hair was like that.
Yeah.
That would have been. I would have been like, all right, now we're getting into the good one.
I thought also that it was setting up for something like that.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. He's got a drumstick quality himself. Yes.
Could Photoshop him into ice cream.
Oh, let me see here. About to wrap things up here. Got a couple of more. Maybe one of the ones I didn't think were good. But this one I was all right with. I think this is just more simple and classic.
Hold my oikos. Those are show muscles.
Hold my oikos.
Just rolls off the tongue.
Yes.
Buy me new pants, show muscle. Take your oikos, little man.
So that's Shannon Sharp, as everybody knows these days.
Yeah,
Cat
now these
Williams.
days.
Yeah, these days. And of course, what's his name? Martin Lawrence. I said this is classic because it's a short commercial, but it's one of those things where, hey, you eat this, you get strong. You know?
Yeah, I guess.
It's a protein-packed yogurt, I guess, that they eat. And so, he goes in there, pulls out the golf cart out of the thing because he can do it because he just got through getting his protein. So, straight to the point. Like I said, it's just a classic commercial where, they mention the name and tell you, hey, this will make you strong and healthy. So, whatever.
I don't know. It's classic to the point of like, completely forgettable.
I'll say this though, I think Martin Lawrence looks really good. He looks way better than he did in that last Bad Boys movie.
He looked better than he did when he was at the Emmys.
Yeah, he looked good. And the one thing that was making me laugh unintentionally is the shot that they got of Shannon Sharp at the angle. Kind of looked like he was doing that thing that people do when they're rolling, like.
Oh yeah, grinding his jaw.
Yeah, he was doing this thing with his lower jaw. I was like, "Are you high right now, dude?"
He's enjoying that oikos, man.
Oikos.
Yeah, look at it. Yeah, oikos. Yeah,
yeah, it's right here.
I'm gonna eat your oikos.
Thanks for that hit, Martin.
Hey, the parts are coming back in people's hair. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I saw Donald Glover one the other day. And this one, oh wait a minute, we got two more. This one I thought played on a clever idea, something that was starting to annoy people, and they recognized that, so they made a joke out of it.
You look like the Pringles guy.
No, I don't.
The role of a lifetime for you.
I actually like that commercial a lot.
I thought that was a real movie at first.
You did?
I saw leaks of that. I was like, okay, I can kind of see it.
See,
like,
that's how they get you, man. He's playing so many things. You actually thought he was playing the Pringles guy.
He just played Mario, and he's
Exactly.
there again with a mustache.
Yeah. I like that commercial. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was quick.
And this one, I'm just happy to see my man is doing all right.
I got you.
Hello, Dad.
And he's like, oh shit.
Come on, Hawkeye doesn't miss.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel good.
So normally that would just be a.
I'm gonna need the blue. I got it.
Yeah. That would only be a throwaway commercial to me, but being that Jeremy Renner almost died,
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'm happy to see he's actually. He's doing all
I
right.
think that's the point of it, to say like, hey, he's all right. Although I was like, did you turn that blender on without putting the top on it?
Yeah, he sure did.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
Yeah, there he goes. Wow.
That shit would have been all over
It
the
sure
kitchen.
would have. Maybe caught it. So there you go, folks. I'm gonna show you one commercial. We don't have time to get into like the commercials we thought were bad, but I'm gonna show you one commercial that I thought was like, okay, we doing this again. Maybe y'all will feel differently about it. Me, I'm like, rolling my eyes.
Dude, you gotta work on your trash talk.
I'd rather work on saving for retirement.
Or college, since you like to get schooled.
The talking babies, really? That's still a joke that people find funny. Yeah,
Someone is a sick fuck at that marketing. It's like, what is this obsession? Okay, I need answers. I'm sick of this. Like 1 year with the baby's okay. 2, how many years are we doing this now? Like, ha ha ha, baby talk like adult.
I guess they say this is our thing, though.
Yeah.
we perfected the technology.
Yeah.
You
Plus,
can't just let it go.
And pickleball too is like that's, yeah. And y'all just picked up on that. Okay. Yeah, I thought that for me this was bad.